Hello and welcome back to Proactive New York. I'm Christine Corrado. With me right now is Pourhassan, CEO at CytoDyn, and diagnostic advisor, Dr. Bruce Patterson. Great to have you both. How are you?
Thank you, Christine.
Great, thank you.
We're talking today about, you had mentioned, Nader, before about enrolling actually the phase 2B for these coronavirus patients. Dr. Bruce Patterson, you've announced today that you've actually treated this first patient. Can you talk about what you've seen so far? How are you dosing this patient?
Yeah, this is a very exciting milestone for CytoDyn because this is a trial that, unlike any other trials going on in the world, we're enrolling patients who are very sick, including kidney problems, and other drugs can't be used because of issues with various toxicities. So we're very pleased that the design of this trial includes patients who have other comorbidities.
Just explain that a bit more. How is CytoDyn's drug kind of different than other companies' drugs right now in terms of toxicity?
Well, because we have safety data in over 800 patients from the HIV trial, we've demonstrated that there's no serious adverse effects, including effects to the kidneys, including effects to the heart. So we're able to have a much broader representation of the COVID population, especially the severe patients who commonly have renal insufficiency and cardiac issues, who are being treated for severe COVID infections.
So you have treated one patient so far. What's the next step from here?
Well, again, that's one patient in addition to the 30 that we've treated under EINDs. And I can say from my perspective, seeing data come off of machines every single day, I'm very excited and very hopeful for this trial of 390 patients with an interim analysis at 50 patients. I think, from what I've seen, COVID is a very different disease in the data that we've seen. And we'll be publishing that in 2 weeks. But there's some things that have not been discussed in relation to COVID that the collaboration between IncellDx and CytoDyn has identified, and we're excited to be able to submit that for publication soon. But it falls into exactly what we're trying to do with leronlimab and why leronlimab seems to be working very well in these patients.
Definitely looking forward to hearing more about that in the next few weeks or so. Nader, just turning to you, of course, we haven't forgotten that CytoDyn is using leronlimab to treat cancers as well. You have a phase 2 basket trial where you've announced that you've just treated your first patient there. This had been delayed. Talk about why it was delayed and how you're treating this patient now.
Absolutely. So when we said that we're going to enroll very quickly in a basket trial, it was before coronavirus had hit the United States. And we have patients coming from overseas. They wanted to come in. There are patients from other states that want to go to Quest Clinical with Dr. Jailal Azari. They all had to cancel their visits. There has to be one initial visit at least. Then they can do self-injection at home. But that delayed the process. But now we're back on track, hopefully, to be able to inject some patients. Not as fast as we like, but we are going forward with that.
And the first patient you've injected, this is a breast cancer patient. Is that correct?
That's correct, but it's not triple-negative breast cancer. We do have two different types of breast cancer right now that already enrolled. One is the HER2 positive, and one is triple-negative breast cancer.
And kind of moving along to kind of the question at the top of mind for a lot of investors of CytoDyn, what is happening with the BLA submission? What's kind of the update you can provide us on that?
So I want to congratulate our shareholders for understanding that saving these people's life today is the most urgent thing that anybody could ever do. We were blown away when Dr. Bruce Patterson says, "What in the heck are you guys doing?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Your product can save some of these patients' lives." That's my opinion. That's what he said. And we said, okay, let's try it. So we had to put all of our team to save people's lives. Thank you, the shareholders, for allowing the company to be at this point to be able to do that. So we saved some lives. It's been on the news. It's no, fluke or hoax. It happened. Now, having a phase 1 and phase 2 to be started with such a powerful amount of work that needs to be done, we get a little bit behind on the BLA. But Our BLA hopefully will be filed in a very short time, and I will have a shareholder conference call with everybody, most likely end of next week, to talk about all of these things. But I want to make sure everybody understand that the coronavirus effect that leronlimab has shown, it's not something that we made it up and we said, let's just jump in there because everybody else is going there. It was Dr. Bruce Patterson, who's the former Stanford University head of virology team, the program over there, the director. He said that there is something here. So we, for the good of the humanity, we went and tried it. And now it looks like, to me, that this is the solution to coronavirus because of the results that we see, if that happens to be the case in the 75 patients. So our urgency is to enroll the 75 patients. We are working day and night. I was with the BLA team last night, and I said, everybody, we need to work 24 hours a day. Please don't sleep. If you're sleeping, you're doing something wrong for the humanity. And they all says, we're all in. So people can call my team in New Jersey, Dr. Nitya Ray, they can call Dr. Kush Dori and ask him, how many hours do you guys sleep? Kush has 24 people in his team, and Dr. Ray has about 8 or 9 people in his team. Ask him. Ask Bruce, how many hours do you sleep, Bruce? And I don't either. So we are working as hard as we can to accomplish too many things. And I want to thank shareholders for being so patient.
Dr. Patterson, do you care to comment on any of this?
No, I think it's absolutely true. And I think shareholder support is so important because we are working long hours, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, we're reaching out to them for their support in this cause. And yes, Corona was just a natural because of the mechanism of action of leronlimab. It would be unethical for us not to try this drug in a disease where we thought it could work. And indeed, we think that mechanism of action is playing out. We have data to support that now. That's what I was referring to in terms of submitting a publication in 2 weeks. And so it's all very exciting. And I don't think it's detracted us from the other applications. It's built our credibility and it's built our reputation as being able to address life-threatening illnesses. And that's what this is all about.
And let me just add one thing, that in the next 10 days or 2 weeks, we have publications from Dr. Patterson, from publications from other places that Dr. Patterson is part of those. And we have BLA submission coming up. And we also have exciting results of hopefully completing the trial for phase 2. So we got quite a bit of package of things. And with the other cancer trials going forward, meeting with FDA very soon for preliminary breakthrough designation meeting, these are quite a bit of stuff that we have added up for the company. Thank God.
Well, it was really great to catch up with you both, as always. I actually do hope you get some sleep at some point, but thank you both so much.
Thank you for having us.